Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
All right, welcome to the MXSS podcast, episode 7, Anaheim 2 recap. This is Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Hey, man. How's it going? How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. That was a pretty crazy weekend, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was a great race as we expected. The stakes are getting tough out there, and I like it. I like what I saw. We have a new winner and a new red plate on the 250 class, and a different 450. We have a couple of opinions on this Triple Crown, and we got it all right here. We'll get to it.
Yeah, and we got Tomac. Wow, he surprised me. Like, I totally thought he was going to be like a nobody.
Yeah, we didn't even think he was going to be racing, so that's crazy. I'm glad to see him out there. Also saw Musking not, just getting points, but not really battling out.
Yeah.
And Dino also out there. That's good to have them all back.
Yeah, we were right, though, about Dean and Muscan, because Dean had, his problems with his shoulder and his foot peg getting, like, knocked off or something, whatever happened.
Yeah, whatever it was, yeah.
Who loses a foot peg? Like, jeez.
He did.
But Muscan, and Muscan was just, he was just Muscan. Like, he
just putting around. I mean,
he got 11th, so he got 37 points, so it's better than, not racing.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean. He's out there.
Oh, wait, no, he's in 11th. My bad. He got.
Well, he was out there not really battling with anyone, just trying to finishing, trying to get in the top and trying to, keep that gap between him and Anderson closer. So.
Yeah, he finished 13th overall, so I think he got 10 points or something. Yeah, he got 10 points. So
better than nothing.
10 points is 10 points, but if you look ahead of him, even Malcolm Stewart's in 11th. So Muscan's in 13th, Malcolm's in 11th.
Good job, Malcolm.
Yeah, exactly. So and Anderson, I thought he was going to win, and it started off good, I was like, all right, he's got this. And then, he's second in the second moto and then 7th in the third moto. So,
yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting to see the Triple Crown turned out. There was a lot of people that like it, a lot of people that didn't like it. And I think as a spectator type of situation, as a rider, as a lover of the sport, I think it was good because we got to see three main events, 3 great races.
Dude, I love that. How it just starts. It's just like, boom, here we go. None of that heat.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it was great. The only thing I didn't like, which, it's kind of like, I don't know if fair or unfair. Like, if you don't get a good start, you're fucked. So you have to be very consistent in the sprints.
Yeah.
And you definitely have to be, on top of your game, your starts, and just it was just good to see different people up front. But it was different. It was definitely different. But like I said, there was a lot of people that hated, a lot of people that liked it. So what do you think? You said you liked it, right?
Dude, I loved it. Dude, that first 250 moto, because usually like the start of the night, they do, the heats and then the semis. So that track was so perfect. They were just going so fast. They just like gate drops, 250s are out there just going full speed. They said that speed of that track was faster than the first Anaheim, 57 miles an hour on that straightaway.
Yeah, it was a pretty calm track. It wasn't nothing very difficult, just
yeah, it looked pretty easy and average. So it's like if you don't get a good start, you're done because everybody's going super fast everywhere.
Exactly.
But I just thought they were just hauling. I actually got to watch a couple of the practices, and it was pretty good. Dungy was announcing in the practices, so I thought he's definitely getting better. It sounded pretty good. It sounded actually way better. That first one was like hard, kind of, but it's actually good now. It sounded he was like talking the whole time, so I think he just needs more time to just like talk He doesn't want to like jump in and talk over someone, so he just kind of doesn't say anything. But when they gave him all that time, he was just breaking down the track on the riders, and it was really good. AC though, he crashed in that practice. I'm sure you saw the replay of that.
I think I did
right?
see it.
Dude, it was gnarly. He hit neutral coming off like one of the little tabletop things, a little on off. He hit neutral and his front end just sank straight down, and he went face first into that next jump. And
no, definitely didn't see that then. I did not see that. I didn't watch much of the practices. I tried to watch the LCQs, but I was a little busy. I did see the night show completely. Just couldn't really get to the practices or anything like that.
Dude, I was super surprised that he was even out there because it was so nasty. It was such a bad fall. But anyways, he got 4th overall, so good thing he did.
Yeah. Definitely.
Christian Craig, 3rd place. Shane McElrath, 2nd place overall, and Savachi. You called that one right there. I heard that last week. You said Savachi was going to win, and you said McElrath was going to get 2nd.
I wished I would have picked Eli this week as well. I just didn't know he was gonna do so well, so good. But yeah, it was just time. It was about time for Joey to get one. We got a different winner, a different plate holder. The red plate striked again with the riders. Giving Plessinger a really bad finish in the first moto. Or in the first main, he got 6th. Not really a good result if you're trying to win the whole thing. Compared to Joey Savachi that went, he went 1-2-1. So that's definitely a good thing that he did. He looked really good.
Yeah, Plessinger, he's just one of those guys who fell victim to the bad start because he was hauling, and that track was just so prime. He's just wide open, just everywhere.
That red play, man. That red play will get you.
Yeah, it is the curse. Well, it didn't really curse Anderson because he ended up he's still 1st overall in the points.
Yeah, that's we got a new winner though, which is what we want.
Yeah,
so
it is nice to get a new winner, and it was just I just loved it. I thought just jumped right in those races was
so far we've gone 3 different winners, so that's good in both classes.
Yeah, so Chisholm getting that 11th overall. He broke that top 10 in that first race, but guess who beat him? 10th overall, someone I was right about and then I was wrong about last week when I said you might pick him, and I was Justin Hill. I said he was going to do bad. I said, don't pick him until he does good. And yeah, he was just the same that he's been all year. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to that. Don't pick him until he at least does one good race.
So far we haven't seen it. So
yeah, he was just doing the same thing he did last time. 11th place, 9th place, 9th place.
Yeah, that's not good when you're the defending champ for sure.
There was a bunch of people riding injured too. Craig, obviously, with the softball ankle, tumor ankle.
Yep.
We should come up with a name for that thing because
I think we did. Softball ankle.
Softball ankle. All right, we'll just stick with that. Joey. Actually, no, not Joey, but Adam Cincerillo with that practice crash. Harrison, he's riding hurt, and he just didn't have a good night either. 13th overall.
Tomac, Dino, Musking. They're not 100%, and we know it.
Dude, I think McElrath could have won that first race if he didn't crash. It was just there's no rut there. His front tire just washed out. We saw that happen to a couple different people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But getting that 5th place in the first moto really screwed him. But that's another.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have one bad race and it screws your whole night because. I
don't think that's a Triple Crown thing, though. I don't think that's a Triple Crown. That's got to be just because of that track layout. It was just way too easy and spaced out. If that was last weekend, that would have been it would have been even more.
But I'm talking about the format, though.
Yeah,
the format, though. The format, makes you do that. If you fuck up in one race, you're done. If you get 10th in one race, or let's say 6th. And then you win the other 2, that's 8 points that you're going to get at the end of the night. That's a lot. So
Yeah, but
you have to
isn't
be
that like
very
a good
consistent, and you
average?
have to be on point. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. On top of your game when it comes to this kind of stuff.
See, I could argue that it helps you if you get a bad start, because if you
Oh
get a
yeah, you
bad
can
start, you
definitely
have
see that.
two other motos. But I
But
guess
I'm, remember, it's about the points. So it's about how many points you get at the end of the night. So like that's what I mean. Like if you get a sixth place, but then you end up winning the other two, it's kind of unfair because you did win 2 out of the 3 main events and still wasn't, because of that one crash or that one bad result, you still didn't even probably didn't make the points. The podium.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see the next one. I think you said Atlanta was the next one. That will
I believe so. Yeah, Atlanta, and then I think that's it. And then Vegas.
Minnesota, then
Or
Minnesota.
Minnesota. There you go, Minnesota.
Yeah, so that would be that's gonna be. I'm really looking forward to that. So
Yeah, I also like the little like cool video they did on the dirt. Did you see that? They like talk about the different types of dirt and like how they keep it, close to where the stadium is and how they treat it throughout the year, and they like clean it every time more and more and more, and how when they come down here they use a lot of clay. When they up north, they do a lot of like like New York or anything like that, they do like dark dirt, and then whenever over there they do like that light sand-ish kind of clay type situation. So I thought that was pretty cool, pretty interesting that they touched on that.
yeah, that's pretty
Just to
crazy how they just keep like piles of dirt, just like what do they like rope it off or something? Be like, yo, don't play in this. This is for Supercross
and
only.
yeah, exactly. That's
Dude,
like
land is expensive in California. How much are they paying to rent land to dump dirt on? Because they said it was pretty close to the stadium too.
Yeah, I think they leave it pretty close to the stadium because of that reason, just for the whole like transporting thing. So I don't know, but it's a lot of loads. It's at least 400.
Yeah, they said 7,000 yards or whatever. I don't know how many
Yeah.
yards are in
Yeah.
a dump truck, but yeah, that's a lot. And I think it's really cool though, because it keeps the track so perfect.
Oh yeah. It keeps the dirt nice and moist, nice and tacky, and also it leaves, um, every time they clean it, they take out more chunks and more chunks and more chunks. So
Yeah, it's safer too. No more rocks hitting you in the face.
yeah. Just roost, from the 450. That's gotta hurt.
I remember back in like up in Ohio, it would get that blue groove, and like that's you don't really get that much here in Florida at your track, but up in Ohio, man, you get towards the end of the day and the blue groove on the tops of the jumps, it's like hitting ice. So that's
Yeah.
cool that they just using the technology and just progression
Yeah,
of the
just to
sport.
show. Yeah, exactly. Just to show you that the sport's actually progressing, and they're actually, not just working on getting, super badass bikes. They're actually making the track, the dirt. They're working with the dirt. They're working with the app that you mentioned in the one of our first podcasts with the times and the
Yeah,
lines.
the Lit Pro.
Yeah,
Lit Pro.
the nets on the turns, et cetera, et cetera. Just stupid things like that. That in a way, they're better in the sport, which is a good thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, another big story of the night was Ken Roxon. 1 year after him, like busting his ass, getting
Yeah.
fucked up. That video, and every time they show it, it's so fucking crazy. He was so
They
high
need
off
to
the
stop
ground.
showing it. They need
Yeah,
to stop
they should put like a
showing it.
parental advisory like every time. Like, yo, hide your kids, cover your kids' eyes. This is nasty.
Yeah.
But
No, they need to stop showing it. Okay, it's been a year. Roxon's back.
dude, that's the whole
He need-
story. That's what they're going for. They're like, oh, he wore the same gear, he wore a year ago.
Oh yeah, you saw
like-
that. You saw that.
It's like, well, shit. They're like, he just had to prove that it wasn't in his head, and it's like, yo, he got like 6th place or whatever. Like, it's in his head.
He also changed gears. So, he did take off that yellow. So.
Yeah.
And another before we
And he
jump
still
into
did
main,
bad.
I know we're I know we're jumping in the we're just talking a little bit about the race itself, and before we jump into the mains, also wanted to touch up with the Triple Crown. I think it will be a good idea. You know how they did like the practices, and then they had the like
the LCQs.
right after.
Yeah,
They should definitely just have, they should do like practices in the morning and then have a little, a couple hours, 3 hours to rest and then do the LCQ, because I think that was kind of messed up for a lot of the riders.
Why?
So
I mean, it's just like the regular night event. I mean, they do their heat race and
yeah,
then an
but
LCQ. But yeah, they are doing like what, 3
but
practices?
you're doing your practices, and then you're not even an hour later, because it wasn't even an hour. You're jumping into LCQs, and then an hour later, if you make it to the main event, you're doing 3 races on the main event. So that's kind of fucked up in a way. They should do, have a little bit more time in between so the riders can actually rest. One of the riders that was in the LCQ was Mr. Chat Reed. That's no good.
Yeah, that's hard on Mr. Legend Chad. He's an old man, He can't do 3 practices and then jump right into that LCQ.
Yeah, and another thing that I also that's what I'm saying. Like, he went, practices to LCQ to racing. And that's hard, man. It's hard in the body, and it's hard on the rider, It's hard. It's just hard to do.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I do like how they just like I thought they were gonna start the race with the whole night with the LCQs. Is that what you were suggesting, kind of? Then
I was trying. Well, no, like you could still have the LCQ. Like, that's no big deal. But just, give the riders some time in between, make it maybe like at 3 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock, and they last a couple, like an hour and a half or whatever. Just do a little bit earlier. It will be, I don't know, you'll have less tired people, I think. That's just my opinion. And another thing that I thought would be cool, as a spectator at the house, like at your house, there was definitely a lot of time in between races, like from the first main event to, the 450 main event, and the 450 main event 1. And then there was a lot of time in between from those main events until the second main event.
Yeah.
I feel like they should do, instead of doing the 6, 10, 15 or whatever the hell they did, they should do all the same, like every 450s, 12 minutes plus 2 laps, all 3 of them, and then 250s, 10 minutes plus 2 laps, or whatever the hell, but they should be all the same instead of this adding to the end of the night type situation.
Yeah, it really builds up to that last motor. Yeah, I don't really know what I think about it, that whole time change, or why they do that. I just think those first couple races, that first race goes by so fast, and that's the race. If you don't get the start, then you have you have even less time to work your way back up.
You have 6 minutes to do, as best as you can.
But I know a lot of those breaks it's crucial for like the track maintenance and stuff. That's the only time they have to get out there and, fix any sections and stuff. But
totally. No, I'm with you. But
dude, you know what they need? They need more tractors. I always wonder why they don't have way more people out there working on those jumps and those sections.
No, I don't.
There's like one guy who does the whole thing. You're like, what?
No.
It seems like it, but they should get at least double what they have now. They could knock each section out so fast. Knock them all out at the same time. But
all right. Well.
What do I know about working on tracks and stuff?
I know. What do we know about administrating tracks and time management and all that crap? We don't really.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm the best track water that ever existed.
You definitely know how to work a hose.
Yeah. Dude, it's messed up, man. But your track.
Hey, however you want to take it.
When we were working at your track, like, it was prime, like every single day. That would
obviously. Yeah, dude. We definitely started to get it down at the end. Too bad, we had to close down, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Ready for this 250 main 1 or what?
Yeah, sure. Let's hear about it. What you got for me?
Well, the 250 main 1, I want to congratulate Mr. Savacci, and him and Mr. Craig had a great start. That's key for winning that first short moto. That's great. That's great that he was able to pull that off.
Yep, we said he would do good, and he did good.
That's right. Also, another thing that I have is, like I mentioned earlier, did Plessinger get cursed with a red plate? I guess we're about to find out this coming week with Savacci.
The answer's already yes. The answer's already yes, because that red plate is not his red plate anymore. curse
Yeah,
got
yeah,
him.
no, definitely.
Now it's
No,
Savachi's turn to hit the curse.
yeah, exactly. Well, like the first race, Justin Hill had it. He didn't do great.
Yep.
Second race, McElrath had it. He
No,
didn't do
actually,
great.
I don't think anyone had it the first race. I think it's just
Yeah,
the number
Hill
one.
came out with the red plate.
He did? He
With the
didn't just have the
yeah.
number one?
Nope, number one with red plate.
Dang, yeah, that
And
got
that's
him.
why and that Suzuki looked really, really good with that, like that.
Yeah. Well, hope you enjoyed it.
And I told you he still has it like on his like practice bike and stuff, right?
No, what's that?
There was a video like I don't remember who posted it, but it was like the JGR guys, and then you can see in the background you can see Justin Hill with the red number plate and the number one.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
got
it's
it
pretty.
on there.
Yeah, it's still pretty funny. So
Yeah, might as
enjoy
well.
it.
Like you said, it looks cool.
Enjoy it.
It definitely looks
It,
cool.
it looks really, really nice. I think so. So, another. Well, you mentioned this earlier. You know, McElrath didn't do so hot in that first mud or the first main. You know, kind of sucked for him. You think he got 6? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of
Fifth.
Yeah, he got 5th. So that's not really good for him. And that's it. That's all I got for 250 main event 1. Congratulations to Joey Savachi to have to be the first winner ever of the first ever Triple Crown.
Yeah, that's what's up. I saw Justin Starling posted on Instagram about how his starts just killed him the entire night.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about in this sprints, in this little sprint races. If you don't get a good start, you're out. You're done.
Yeah, he went 17. He got 17th in the first one. What do you got for the second one? You got stuff for each moto, or you want to talk about them all together? Okay.
No. I got a couple of things here. Let's move up to 250 main 2, I guess.
Cool.
There was a good battle between Sexton and Craig.
Yeah.
That's a cool little pass by Sexton on Sexton by Craig. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, Sexton, he looks really good, really comfortable.
Yeah,
he's fast.
He was up front for a little bit too.
Yeah, I think he got the whole shot or something.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he led for a couple of laps. He ended up getting what's that? He didn't do so hot, I guess. Yeah, he got 8th. So he didn't do so hot, but he had a good little battle. I think he might have gone down. I don't remember, but he got a good battle with Craig, and then Craig showed him who the boss in that team is. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like that second moto, it was like everyone you expect to see up there was up there. McElrath, Savachi, Craig, Plessinger, Cincerulo, Oldenburg, who's doing really good this year. Nicoletti, 7th place. He was my fantasy pick. I had Nicoletti and Melross. Melross killed it.
McElrath came up. Yeah, he did. He got a good
10th in that second moto.
And the second moto, he got a good finish.
He was like 6 or 8 point like underdog. I was like, sweet, give me that.
McElrath, I've gotten to understand and to learn that you cannot let him go up front because he'll be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
If you let him go up front, he's gone. No matter how much you're trying to battle with him, he's gone. So he's a great rider, and I think starts are fucking him up.
Yeah, it's gonna be him and Savachi. I mean, it's gonna be everyone, but Cincerulo is kind of inconsistent. But McElrath, besides that first moto, Ian's third moto, he got 5, 1, and 4. So kind of inconsistent weekend for him, but he's gonna get it back together.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he looked really good on that second moto. He checked out up front. He was gone. There was no competition. Almost 4 seconds in front of Joey Savachi, and Joey Savachi looked perfect. So, and then we had Hill. Hill was in a really, really, he had a great battle, quote unquote. The only bad thing was it was for 9th place.
Yeah, exactly. It was for 9th place.
So that's no good, champ.
Yeah, it was. That's another thing. It was just such an easy track. Like everyone was just hauling.
Yeah, maybe they did it not easy but simple.
Well, I can't say easy because
just because of the whole first Triple Crown situation. But maybe we'll see for the next one. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll break down that one next. I think that's is that Phoenix, Glendale, Arizona?
The first, the next Triple Crown.
No, just the next race.
Yeah, it's Phoenix.
Yeah, we'll see who does good there. But,
well, for main event number 3,
okay.
well, we got Plessinger with the red plate curse, man. He he ended up 7th on that main
Yeah.
event. That's not good for him.
Which sucks because his best time was a 51.6.
Yeah, it was better
And
than Joey's. That
was
was up front.
51.7. So
Yeah.
he was definitely killing it, but
that's what I mean. The red plate curse again. Oldenburg and McElrath had a really good battle. Going at it again at Anaheim. It looks to be their favorite. I want to say atmosphere, or their favorite track to be at, because they had a good show on the main event.
Yeah.
As well.
Dude, and Chase Sexton, he was leading 10, 12 laps of that whole race, and then he just lost it.
Maybe it was that one, the one that he came out and
yeah, that was this one.
Front.
Yeah, he led
yeah.
12 laps, and then Joey got the last 3, and still he got third place. Cianciarulo got him second place, but
Cianciarulo, yeah, he looked good on that third one. He had a really good battle with Joey Savacci the whole race. Just too bad he had that first moto finished. It really messed with his final time.
Dude, I'm gonna blame it all on that crash because he got super fucked up and then had to go race right after. So
yeah. No. I mean, he did good. Just that one main event that just got him, to give him that bad finish, and Cianciarulo didn't even make it to the podium. And I think I said he wasn't gonna make it to the podium this week.
Yeah, but overall, it was pretty good. Savacci first,
I don't know who I picked for third, but I got first and second place.
Yeah, you picked Plessinger, and he got 6th overall.
Yeah.
So I don't remember who I picked either, but I don't think I picked Savacci. But oh well, I suck at fantasy anyways.
I had faith in him. I didn't do so good in fantasy. Just to pick, to check out the times and stuff, it was kind of iffy because by the time you had to pick your picks, the third practice wasn't even posted yet, so it was kind of iffy.
Good thing that you called me and told me to put my picks in, because I definitely would not have put them in.
Hey, I'm just trying to be a good co-host.
Yeah, thanks, dog. Because I would have been so pissed, because I was I think I'm 20th right now in one of them, and 28 in the other one or something. So I would have been so mad, because I feel like I still have a shot at this bike. I'm going all out.
Just remember to let me borrow.
Dude, the 450s is what screwed me. Let's jump into the 450s. Can I tell you who screwed me and who really did good for me? All right. So I had Justin Brayton and Weston Pike, who Pike got 5th and Brayton got 6th. They were both underdogs, and got me some good points. All right. Or wait, no, maybe not Pike. I had Baggett. I had Brayton and Baggett. And Baggett got 8th. Baggett got 8th. All right, so it was good. So I got really good points from them. But I also had Vince Freeze, who, crashed. He got the whole shot and then crashed.
Yeah, he didn't do so hot for you.
Yeah, but so I had Vince Freeze. So, and someone else. I forget who it was. But whoever it was really got me good. I cannot believe I can't remember. Oh well, I think it was someone. Or wait, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the points. That's why I can't think of it. There we go. My bad. Damn.
Silly Brayton.
Vince got 17th. It was Vince. Vince got 17th, and then Kyle Cunningham got 19th.
Yeah, those are horrible picks.
I know now. Or no.
Yeah.
It was actually Brock Tickle. I don't know why I lied just now, but it was definitely Brock Tickle.
All right, whatever.
And he went down to that first race, but that's what happened to Anderson too. He was in that little first race, first corner pileup. Screwed everyone. You let them get that far out ahead, so.
Well,
that's 7th place. It screwed him.
Cole City came out with the win on
Yeah.
that main one. He looked really good.
Really
From the
good.
start. He came out hot. He came out in the start. That gave him the advantage to be up front and definitely win the race. Like you said, you picked Tickle or whoever the hell you picked, but there was a lot of bad luck for Mookie and Tickle in that moto or in that main event, and it kind of screwed them for the rest of the night.
Yeah,
Um,
Muskie and Barsha, or not Muskie, Malcolm and Barsha. I just on Instagram they both said like, yeah, we gotta get our starts together. So I had 2 more to that list. It
and
was crucial.
yeah, Baggett also looked really good. He ended up getting third, so that's really good for him, especially coming back. I believe he was in hurt, right? He's just coming back.
Yeah,
So
he's been kind of, but he looked good. He did look good out there.
yeah, he looked good. He got third, and also Brayton, also looked good. So that's what I mean by that's the good thing about this type of races, that you will see people up front that you will never see up front.
Did you see
So
Anderson, like his pass on Roxon right there at the finish line where he almost died?
no, I don't remember that.
All right, well, Roxon is taking the turn. I think he was battling him for like 6th or 7th. Or it might have even been like 8th or something. They were like both way back there. And Roxon's like on the outside going to over the finish line jump, and Anderson kind of gets the inside on him and like kind of scrubs right next to him. And he was I played it back like 5 times. It was sick. He was like literally inches from like killing Roxon. And so
I don't.
Roxon didn't jump the finish line the entire way, kind of landed on top. And Anderson just went flying off the other side, the very left
Damn.
side, and he
No,
landed
I
on the
didn't see that.
side, and then he cuts back in and passes Roxon. It was the
I didn't see
sickest
that.
thing. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Another thing that caught my attention from the main event, the first main event, was Grant being Grant. Doing what he does best and stalling people. He stalled the shit out of Eli when he was kind of having a good comeback.
Yeah.
And which is kind of sucky because that's his teammate.
A good race though
And
for him. He got 6th overall. Like he's not. Let me pull up those points here. He is 7th in the points, so he's not really out of it. He's got to get points for himself. Eli after
who's
what
that,
Grant, Josh Grant. Yeah. Yeah. So he's still ripping. But yeah, he should have let Eli go.
I'm not saying, but he's just doing Grant. Just doing what Grant does, which is stall people. Like, I don't know how he gets to be fast like the other people, like the other guys, but he stalled Eli Tomac, and I believe Weston Pike too for a good minute. So
yeah,
that kind of sucks. And then you mentioned Jason Anderson also getting a bad result with the red plate. So
yeah, it was that first moto got him. That little whatever happened at the beginning. I think like Tickle, Malcolm was in that too.
Yep. Yeah, Malcolm was in there. Tickle was in there. I don't know if Anderson was in there, but yeah, those two were definitely in there. There was another guy.
Yeah, I had Tickle in my fantasy, and then I saw him there. I was just like, shit, here we go. But he he kind of got it. Well, he didn't really get it together that much. It didn't really help me. But guess how many points I am behind the leader in the fantasy?
What's that?
69. I'm 69 points back. Yeah, that's right.
You love that.
I know. I was like, dude, this is going to be a good week. That's what that means. All right.
Here's the 450 main number 2. This was a very interesting. There's a lot of things in this race, and I kind of want to hear what you have to say about it, and I also want to hear what our listeners have to say about it. Don't forget to follow us on MXSX Podcast.
Yep.
On Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat. We were live on Snapchat. I don't know if you guys saw that. We had a couple of shots over at the race.
We did.
Also, www.mxsxpodcast.com. You can hear us on there.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to hear what you have to say about the podcast and what you have to say about this main event number 2, because I don't know if you remember this main event, but there's a lot of things that happen here.
I watched that one like 3 times. That was such a good race.
It was a really, really good race. There's a lot of questionable things. We'll get to them in just a second. First off, Freezy with that start. Do you see that? The
Yep.
GP Moto style
Yeah.
start. Right in the outside, just railing that outside and getting that start. That
He
was
gets
awesome.
really good starts, and
Yeah.
that Moto Concept team, that's Mike Alessi's team, and he's always
Yeah.
got good starts. You know those
He's probably
engines
the
are like,
coach.
yo, the engines are built just for them to get good starts.
Just to get the $1,000 or whatever the hell they do.
Hey, that's how he's fed his. That's how he eats. He eats with that money.
Oh, for sure.
And
That's
he's
how you get
eating
paid.
good. He is eating good.
Another thing that I saw on this race, and it's kind of sad, but everybody seemed to be bullying Chad Reed, man, on this race. First, it was Anderson, just giving him a hard time to pass him. Then it comes, Barsha almost taking him out, because we trying to get a little bit, he's trying to bang bars with him, but, it's not going to happen. And then here comes Roxon, he didn't really bully him, but still came around and passed him. So I thought that was kind of funny, how that everybody's just.
It's kind of like how everyone like picks on the new guy, except it's like the opposite, and they're like picking on the old guy. They're like, get out of here.
Picking up the old guy. Yeah, retire already or something. I don't know why they yell at him.
Oh yeah, that's funny though. That's great.
I thought that was that was kind of funny, kind of cool.
Dude, Barsha almost died in this race too. Barsha lands it off the side of that triple. That's like right in front of where my brother was sitting.
But yeah, now that you mention it, Barsha, was that questionable when he was taking off the track? Because he literally just cut. No, he didn't cut or gain any positions.
He just didn't let off the gas at all. He was just on it.
But
the whole time.
Exactly. First off, was sketchy because you have that plywood that that protects the track, the field, the turf from the actual grass. So you have that, and then he just kind of like just runs around the whole section and just kind of gets on in the next turn. They didn't say anything to him. I don't think they're going to anymore. But that was kind of questionable. Oh, even though he didn't gain any position. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they didn't do anything to him. But that was sketchy, bro.
Dude, I think it was cool because there's a couple things. One, he almost died. Like,
all right. Check.
Two, that like wood, it's like wood like laying on and that shit is so slippery. Like,
Yeah,
we've seen so many people like once they get on that, like no matter how fast they're going, it's like they're gonna crash. But dude, I give him mad props. He just held it wide open. It was just like he just did it. I was like, dude, that's badass. I thought it was cool.
He definitely when in doubt, pin it out type situation.
Yeah, exactly. So
Good for him.
I thought it was really cool. I didn't really have a problem with it, but I was happy he got back. He got back on quick. He got back on safe, you could say. And
No.
I don't think he gained. I don't think he gained any
didn't.
time either. He probably lost some for sure. But
He didn't. No. He like literally finished where he was at behind. I believe he was behind Anderson. I think he was.
But think about him. He's like, shit, I almost died. Fuck, I'm going fast.
Yeah.
Rap.
Yeah.
Back on.
Yeah, there was also there was some good racing going on, and there was some good battles. There was two really good ones. One of them was a battle for first and second place.
Yeah.
That was really good, and then also for third and fourth place. Those were really good battles. I want to say it was Anderson and Grant, whoever was battling those that third and fourth place. That was pretty intense. I like to see that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they never really like see. I don't know why they love Roxon. Like they're gonna show Roxon on camera. Like Seeley though, he never gets any, like, even when he was leading laps last race and winning or whatever he did, they didn't want to show him on camera. They're like, oh, where's Roxon at? Like, oh, here's Roxon. We'll just follow him the whole time. It's a lot of Roxon. You can tell it's definitely the Ken Roxon show.
Hey, maybe there's some there's some type of agreement or something,
Yeah. But it was definitely the Eli Tomac show because, led every single lap.
Good to see him. Good to see him back on top of the podium. That's a good thing. It's gonna give him a lot of confidence for this coming week, especially coming out from a hurt shoulder. So that's definitely good.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect it. He got me.
And then Moose gonna get in 11th place. Not so good for the championship battle. I don't know how much they think they're into this or not, but that's definitely not a good
Yeah, and Malcolm getting 8th, 8th place. He broke the top 10. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
that's yeah. He's doing a lot better, man. He's too bad, I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder if he's gonna be able to come back, with the JGR people this week again, or if Bogle back and then he's gonna have to race his own bikes. I don't know. I wonder what's gonna happen there.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe he'll end up on some other team. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. That'll be great, for him and for us to see him out there, to see a friend of the show, to see him on top. So
Yeah. All right. Let's do this third moto real quick.
yeah, main event number 3, like you mentioned earlier, Dino, he's out early of the race because of the foot peg that fell off. I guess it was due to a T-bone hit, so he must have gotten pretty lucky and pretty hard hit. So
Yeah, he said on his Instagram that he was, his shoulder was already killing him, and then whenever, someone takes his foot peg off,
makes it a little harder.
yeah,
So.
that's crazy. Those things, that's some solid steel on there. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to been hit so hard. Good thing he didn't break his damn leg or something, because
That's what I'm
he
saying.
gotta hit that thing so hard to knock the foot peg
Exactly.
off.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. He got lucky that he didn't get hit by that T-bone. Whoever hit him, I don't recall who it was.
Yeah, but yeah, he DNF, so he will get some points. So he's still.
And then there wasn't really much on this main event. Dino was out like we just mentioned, and then also once Anderson checked out, he was gone. So he looked really good on that third moto, or the third main event. Too bad it wasn't enough for the first place. So
Yeah, but he still got the red the red plate, and we got a new winner. So I'm never gonna.
Eli won. Then Seeley with the second place, and then Anderson sneaking in with the third.
But yeah, Anderson looks really good this year. I think this is definitely going to be his year. He just got screwed on that first moto. But yeah, he's such a baller too.
Yeah, that and what we were touching base on, the whole having a bad result in one of the races screws with you. Here's a perfect example, Jason Anderson.
Exactly, that first one. But I also wanted to say they had Ryan Dungey on there. They're like interviewing him and stuff a couple times throughout the night.
Okay.
And he always had like his gloves on, his like riding gloves. Like
yeah,
he was just waiting for like Marvin to just be like, "Hey, Ryan, will you step in for me, please?"
Please.
He's just waiting. Please, just sitting there waiting. He's like, "Please, somebody asked me to ride. Somebody asked me to ride. I'll do it."
He's like looking around, like, well, hey.
He's like checking in all the pits. How you guys doing over here? Just want to make someone gets hurt. He's the first one over there. Oh, hey, Dean. Yeah, you doing okay? Yeah, all right. Just making sure.
All right.
Got my number if you need me.
I think if he was to come back, it will be for the KTM team. I think he's still,
100%.
He's still pretty involved with those guys over there. So he ain't no Villapoto. So.
All right, man. What do you say we wrap this thing up? Going kind of long.
I think.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, final thoughts. Let's hit me with some final thoughts.
And Adam and Claudio's final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
There you go. I like it. What you got? So we got Phoenix coming up this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. Let's do final thoughts of the night. Just do the night, because we'll talk about Phoenix in our recap podcast, which will be coming to you in a couple days. Or
okay,
no, that will be my bad. This is the recap podcast. The next one will be the preview show. So you have to stay tuned for the preview show to hear what we think about Phoenix. But what are your final thoughts on Anaheim 2?
Anaheim 2, Triple Crown in. We need to work on timings, and as a spectator, they need to think about that more than the racing situation. It was a great idea. I think they're going in the right direction. There's still little tweaks to do, but overall was perfect. I give it an 8 out of 10. An
8 out of 10.
I can't wait for next weekend, and make sure you stay tuned and listen to us again on mxsxpodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, and I think that's it, brother. That's my final thought. What you got?
I just thought it was really cool, and I'm just happy Supercross is back. I thought there was some really good races. Like I told you, I watched that second moto, that 450 heat or main.
Yeah.
I watched it several times just because it was awesome.
It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever. We don't really post anything yet, but if you tweet us something, we will read it. All right, have a good one, guys. Peace.
Ciao.